Title: How I Ended Dinner with My In-Laws After One Bite. So yeah, my in-laws aren't bad people, but they're basically the final boss version of passive-aggressive parenting. You know the type, constantly reminding you they sacrificed everything while micromanaging your life like it's a group project they didn't ask for. My wife, Katie, is great, don't get me wrong, but she avoids conflict like it's her full-time job. So when her parents invited us over for a casual Sunday dinner last weekend, I braced myself for 2 hours of small talk and weird food. I should have braced for war. We walk in at 6 p.m. sharp. First thing that hits me, the smell. Imagine burnt garlic mixed with regret. Katie's mom, Diane, is full volume yelling at her husband, Bob, because apparently he ruined the mashed potatoes again by adding too much butter. Katie jumps into peacekeeper mode like she's done it 1,000 times, saying, "Mom, chill, Dad's just trying to help." Meanwhile, Bob's over in the corner muttering about how millennials can't cook real food anymore, and we haven't even sat down yet. Let's talk about the food, specifically the main course. Diane called it Salisbury steak surprise. Yeah, she italicized surprise. That should have been the warning. What hit the table looked like gray meat chunks drowning in highlighter orange gravy with random pimento bits on top for decoration. Katie takes a bite like a soldier on a mission, swallows hard and goes, "Wow, Mom, the spices really pop. The woman deserves an Oscar." Then comes the usual family roast session disguised as conversation. Diane says, "Oh, Mike, you're looking thinner." Hitting the gym again. Fun fact, I mentioned I'm vegan once. Bob says, "So you're still between jobs, huh? Tough market. I literally started a new job 2 weeks ago." And then the grand finale, Diane corners me and jokes that I must hate babies because Katie and I don't have kids yet. I never said that, but if I did, I wouldn't apologize. Yeah, thanks, Diane. So I sit down and take just one bite of this casserole. The meat felt like chewing a wet sponge. The gravy, though salty, I thought I chipped a molar, then I bit into something crunchy. Friends, it was a live bug. I almost painted the table with my lunch. I stood up, fork still in hand, and just said, "I'm sorry, I can't pretend this is normal. Either the food improves or I'm out." Diane gasped like I'd slapped her. Bob smirked like it was the best dinner he'd had in years. Katie looked ready to teleport out of existence. I grabbed my coat, tossed the casserole in the trash, and walked out. Katie followed, whisper shouting, "Mike, this is so dramatic. They're just trying to be nice." I told her, "Call me when you want to talk about actual solutions." So yeah, that was my Sunday dinner. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. And yes, I'm making my own mashed potatoes from now on. And quick question, do you guys think I was an a-hole here? How would you have handled this situation?